I'm Jedi Joy.
I'm Jedi Jill.
And welcome to A Whole Lot of Bad Batch Going On.
Woo!
Yes.
And today we're going to be talking about episode 5, The Return. And what's fun about this one? What isn't fun about huge, scary monsters and brothers fighting? So we really thought this episode was kind of cool.
You're right.
We liked it a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Just the whole how we find everything out and how it ends is awesome.
Well, I mean, I have to say I've been loving every single episode so far in
Yes.
season 3 of The Bad Batch.
Right.
It's been a pretty awesome ride so far. I'm gonna be sorry when it's all done. But,
Me too.
You know.
Me too. Me too.
What are you gonna do?
So just apologizing in advance.
No.
We have probably some background noises happening tonight. There's just a lot going on. But if you hear that, just ignore that and listen to us.
Yeah. So we have
a lot to say tonight.
Yeah. I mean, so why don't we start telling them a little bit? Actually, we should tell them what that noise is going to be so that they understand a little bit more.
Right. So our household is a little bit
crazy right now.
Crazy right now.
We have a mom here, and she has a little bit of dementia, so she could be, acting up a little bit. So that's probably, if you hear some stuff in the background, that's what's going on, and we apologize.
Yeah, our dedicated space to doing these live videos right now for you all, it's not in a dedicated silent space yet, and we're working on that.
Yeah, we are.
So we apologize in advance, and thanks for sticking with us.
And thanks for showing up.
Right.
Yeah, so Joby,
hi Joby.
Hi Joby.
Yes, it was a great episode.
It was a great episode. So why don't we dive in and start talking about that?
Okay. So so they're
the name of this episode is The Return.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And so if we forgot about last week's episode, what was the name of that title? I just did a...
Don't remember.
Okay. Well, anyhow, it was the reunion. We got the reunion happening. They're all back together finally.
Right.
And we're going to move on from there because obviously they left us hanging. There's bad feelings and they need to work things out. And this is what we see in this episode.
Yes.
We first see, Hunter dealing with his, getting away from everybody because he's still not comfortable, but he also wants to practice. I mean, he's having problems with his hand. So I really like that little droid. What'd they call it? AZ1. AZ3.
Yes.
AZ.
And that's right. Yes, it did set up this. Joby says that moment at the end of the last week's episode was so tense. It set this week's episode up perfectly.
Yeah,
and you're definitely right.
Yeah.
It really sets it up. We have some tension here. We do know. Welcome, whoever's joining us. Thank you for joining in with us tonight. We're just getting started here talking about the episode 5 of Bad Batch.
Yep.
We set it up. There's a little tension still so far,
right?
Because there's still no trust.
No,
there's not trust.
Well, I will say that Hunter is the one with the most trust issues. Wrecker is like coming around because
when he's like,
and Omega trusts Wrecker. I mean, trusts Crosshair. So it's fine with Wrecker.
Yeah.
But hey John, how's it going?
Yeah, John, thanks.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the chat.
We have Wrecker okay with all of that, but Hunter is still like and I can feel for him because I'm the same way with people just growing up in the situations that I've been in. I tend to have a lack of trust immediately, and it just takes a while for me to trust someone.
So do you have any particular
instances?
Do you remember anything?
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm just going to say in general. How about if I throw something out there?
Oh, well, yeah.
So from our childhood, we were growing up, and especially in middle school. we walked back then. We don't walk any longer. In case you missed the last episode, go check it out. We talk about our
disability,
diagnosis of limb-girdle muscular dystrophy.
Right.
And so when we were growing up as kids in middle school, we got picked on quite a bit. And we walked. And when we walked on our toes. And that was basically so that we could help support and balance ourselves. So we got picked on like crazy. And it was hard to trust anybody and let anybody in because we were always constantly being picked on.
Right.
So
it was really hard, for us to trust someone.
Yeah. So in some sense, this is what's happening between Hunter and
that trust was there initially, and so it was taken away.
Well, right. Well, we did too. We trusted a lot of people up until people start picking on us, and we're like, well, wait a minute here.
Right.
I don't trust if they're real or they're for real or they're being honest. Or...
So it's a big trust issue. Sometimes it's gotten a lot better. I do have to say so. But so let's just keep moving on. So they're around the table and they're talking about an Echo. Echo shows up. Yay, Echo!
Yay! We knew we would see him. We're going to see Rex too.
I'm sure we're going to see Rex. Definitely, he's a big part of the Bad Batch. He's been in every single season.
Right.
But they're talking around the table, and I guess they're on that island. It looks like Greece. I think it sure looks nice.
Well, maybe not.
I think so.
You think?
Maybe not. I don't know.
They're somewhere.
They are somewhere. But we have that whole setup, and they're talking about, because Omega still has Nayla Say's data pad.
Right.
Well, they need to get in it, and they can't because they need a place where they can access those codes and everything, and to get in, and they want to see who's all there, what kind of prisoners are there, whatnot. And so they have this plan after Omega begins to tell them, well, this is what they did daily, and they did this, and they did that, and that was their routine, and I never saw any of the experiments that was going on. I never saw that room and all that business, and Crosshair's like, don't look at me, I'm just a prisoner, is basically what he said.
He says, I didn't see anything, but...
And then, but he finally says, I know of a place where we can get access to that data pad. And Hunter's like, still don't trust him, I don't trust him, he's telling, I think he's holding back information or whatnot. I don't know, I think, I don't know if there's anybody on there. He says there's no one on this base, this outpost, and so they go to the outpost. And
Joby says, I really feel for, I love Hunter, or love Crosshair. And you do.
Yep, you do.
At this point, like,
you do.
Before it was like, no, he's a bad guy. I don't know. But now it's like, yeah, come on.
Right.
He figured it out, man. Now he's back. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Joy and I, we just watched this episode early this morning. And so I'm trying to remember everything that happened. So I have some notes jotted down so I wouldn't forget some pointers, like points that I wanted to talk about. But go ahead.
We just wanted to see, like, the very beginning, that scene or whatever. We kind of want to see. We want to see Hasbro come out with the Black Series. I think in that new Crosshair look with that droid.
Right.
And some of those fruit or something, whatever he was
shooting at. Yeah, that would be like awesome. And that different backpack that he has, that he was carrying, and whatnot. That would be like a nice little Black Series addition.
Joby says he was watching while baking those kolaches. I guess I'm saying that. I hope I'm saying that right. But boy, did those look good. He's been baking.
Yeah.
I gotta get me some of those.
They're like punchkis.
Well, but they're spicy and savory too.
Oh,
though.
That's right. It sounds real interesting.
Yeah, I know. Ship them. I know you still got to be able to ship them up here, right? My birthday's in September.
Oh, shoot.
I know. I'm getting off course here.
Yes, you are.
Go ahead.
So they get there.
Sorry, guys.
And they figure out a plan how to get into that, to get access to the database, the data pad.
The outpost or where
they're there. They're there on the outpost, and they figure out how to get to that data pad and access to it. And they got to shut down all the sensory beacons. Well, what a big mistake that was. Little did they know. They had no idea. Well, Crosshair goes out and says, I'm going to check out the perimeter. And Hunter, I don't trust him. He follows them out. They're out there together. And there's a major big conversation between them. Yeah. But you see that classic look from Crosshair with the toothpick in his mouth. And he's kind of looking around.
Yeah.
So that was kind of nice to see that happen again.
Yeah, it was.
What's he say? Joby says,
I'm a bad influence. I can turn a 20-minute live into 3 hours.
Yeah, you're a talker. We know.
That's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah.
So yeah, they're out there and they're outside in the cold. I hate cold. I don't know how they can stand it. But we did forget to add.
Yes.
That Wrecker couldn't throw Crosshair's old armor away.
Oh yeah.
So he has his old armor on.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so they're out there together, and they have this big conversation of like, how did it go down? Now this is a little fuzzy because again I just watched it this morning and it was a very, really interesting conversation and intense. And oh, she.
Help us out here, Joby.
Oh, let me read my notes.
Oh, she's gonna read notes.
I do have notes.
Oh, good.
So.
Oh, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to the live. Thanks for showing up.
Thanks everyone for showing up. Okay, so here we go. They're outside. He accuses him of betraying them like he did to them. Oh, so
I didn't understand that.
So okay, hold on.
He said that
Hunter's accusing him of betraying them like he did to them. So he's accusing
Hunter.
Crosshair betrayed the Imperials.
Right.
Like he betrayed them.
Right, but I think he also says that Hunter, he says, you betrayed, he says, like you betrayed me. I sent out all those signals and you never got them.
Yeah, that's what he says. He says you ignored them and you got Omega kidnapped and blah 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 blah.
But he didn't though.
No, really he didn't. But this is how he's feeling. And then Hunter comes back and he also said, no, Crosshair says you're upset because I got her out and you didn't. And he's saying this to Hunter, which is probably,
right.
Somewhat true.
Yeah.
So this is all going down. But there was a little scene before they all left to go to the outpost, I believe. And Omega shows up. And they're like, they start fighting, him and Hunter.
Yeah.
Crosshair and Hunter start fighting. And Omega says, I said to talk to him, not argue with him. And Crosshair's like, he started it. But it sounds like me and Joy. It's like, but it's like that whole, nobody wants to give in. Nobody's given. They don't trust in anything. And they're not trusting each other yet. And they just, and so this all starts to come out with that scene that I just talked about on the outpost.
Or a lot of it is, I know when we fight, it's a lot of us wanting control. Mostly me.
I was not gonna say it, but it's totally true. You heard it there, out of the mouth of her.
They argue like brothers. It's great.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah,
That's right. They do.
I know, and it's kind of cool. And so they.
And then he ended up telling him the whole story, and he continues, and he said, I killed an Imperial officer after they betrayed me. What else happened after that? He risked everything to send the message and all that business. And then that's when he said.
Right. And that's a great point, Joby. Omega, he says, and Omega is keeping him in there in line.
She is.
Even though she's the kid.
Yeah.
And isn't that the truth?
Yeah. She's like the leader, man.
I know.
She's turned out to be quite the leader.
Right.
And that's amazing.
She has enough trust, I don't know, for the whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
I don't think she
does.
went through, well, she did go through the stuff on the Camino and everything that happened there. That's enough to damage someone's trust. But she seems to be still resilient in trusting people and sticking in there with giving the second chances. And,
right.
I mean, I mean, like we said last week's episode, our episode, our live, we had mentioned that she was with Crosshair, and she said she wasn't giving up on him.
No.
I'm not leaving here without you. You're coming with me. You're my brother.
Right.
Yeah. So I think, and she trusts Crosshair. I think because too, she's seen how he's changed, and there is a lot of demeanor, different demeanor from him.
Right.
He's very regretful of what he did, mistakes he made, and that's some of the things that then him and Hunter.
Right. We'll talk about. I'll get to that at the end, but
yeah.
So they're dealing with shutting off the beacons, and that brings up the big scary monster.
Woo!
And I guess they're calling it a snow worm.
Oh, is that what it is? A snow worm?
I don't know, but that's what I've read.
That thing is nasty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's nasty. I know it's nasty.
What did Wrecker say? Oh,
I don't know.
Why always the big creatures
or something? Wrecker. Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Yeah. It's why? There always has to be a monster.
Yeah, always has to be a monster.
Always has to be a monster. I don't know his voice very well. But anyhow.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was funny. He always has a good line.
I know. Well,
but actually, and what gets them, Hunter and Crosshair, what starts to pull them back together is that Hunter gets trapped down under the ice.
Oh, yeah.
And
he has to trust.
He has to trust that he's going to Crosshair to get him out. And he does. He pulls them right out of there, and they come walking up together. Wrecker comes running over and gives them both a big hug.
I know, big squeeze.
Yeah, and after that, Crosshair and Hunter. What?
Well, right. That's what I was going to say. After that one moment, there, helped them bond a little bit. With the trust issue. I don't think that it's
a
totally
worm. I think it's called. What is it called?
A worm. Well, we can't.
Wormy. I read it was a snow worm. Is that right, Joby?
A worm, a rim, a ram, or...
I can't understand how to say those words. But anyhow, so let us know. But keep talking.
Yeah, I think that helped them bond a little bit better.
Right.
A little closer. And so, it's not totally repaired. It takes time to develop trust issues and to trust someone again.
It does. It does.
But you have to be willing to
put it all out there. You have to be willing to let your defenses down. And the only way you're going to do that is if you do it and you try and
right.
I mean,
right.
You're not losing anything. You're learning and you're benefiting from that whole
But it's not hard nonetheless to go through.
Right, it is hard.
Yeah, it's hard nonetheless.
And so we see at the end here, after that happens, shortly after Crosshair and Hunter.
Yes.
Crosshair sees him walking by, and then he takes Omega's advice and he talks to him.
Oh.
And I think one of the first things out of his mouth is, he said, "I thought I was being a good soldier."
Yeah.
He was following the orders. He thought he was doing the right thing, and
he did. He really thought that that's what he was doing.
Supposed to be doing. And so I guess Hunter kind of is like, yeah, we've done things. We've all made mistakes. I have regrets too, he said. We just keep trying to be better.
Right.
And who knows, there's still hope for us yet. And so it sets them in, they're like, good with each other again.
I mean, I have, from my childhood, I believe I have a regret. It's just something from my life, because we all have regrets. Some are a little, depending on, the person, but they're all significant to us. And my regret is that I didn't get involved with my dad more with music. He wanted to teach us what he knew.
Which was a lot.
Because he wrote, he understood chord structures. he wanted us to come play with him and his band, and we just didn't want it. We didn't want to do that. One, we didn't want to learn. We didn't care to learn. We were very rebellious in that sense. That
we were young. We didn't know. We didn't realize. And he was trying to teach us what he knew already,
and which we could have greatly benefited from.
Yeah.
And going out to play with him, I didn't feel confident enough in myself, even though he felt I was confident, or he was confident enough to let us come and join, because we're talking like middle school level here age, to come out and play with him, and I just didn't want to do it. I didn't feel confident, and I those are two different things, but two that I regret about my dad.
Right.
And so now he's no longer here, and we can't learn from him. So yeah, that was a regret.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a nice share.
Oh, thank you, Julie.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back, or welcome to the live.
I hope you're enjoying it.
Yes, I hope you're enjoying it.
We really loved this episode.
We did. Well, we've
episode
loved
5.
every episode.
We have loved every episode. This is called The Return, episode 5.
Yeah, but this is such a great. This Bad Batch, this season especially, and this is all Dave Filoni, right?
I believe so.
He's writing it all, man. He's doing such an awesome job. And this is going to be our final season, and I'm a little sad about that.
Yeah, me too. Well, we'll see him in live action.
I can't wait to get
live action. That would be nice. Maybe they make the big movie they're talking about. Let's stick them all in there.
Well, I don't know if we can, because they'll be kind of old. Wouldn't they be old?
I don't know. It all depends when it's going to be taking place. What time span?
Yeah, I guess I don't know, but I can't wait to. So we're going to see Captain Rex here, and we saw those trailers.
Trailers. Right. So yeah, that's what I was going to say. We've seen a lot. They've already kind of fixed the problem with the tension between everybody, the Bad Batch and everything.
Yeah.
So like, what are they going to do now? Well, there's still, because we haven't seen Asajj Ventress. Asajj Ventress. I'm sorry. Yeah. We haven't seen Fennec Shan.
Is she going to be in this too?
How
did I miss that?
Don't know.
Fennec Shan is in this Bad Batch.
I think so. But she was in season 1 too. Remember, Fennec Shan was in season 1, I believe, too.
Oh, I missed that too.
I believe so.
Oh boy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she was.
Okay.
And then there's also the possibility other clones that keep popping up and keep coming in. Like we saw Cody and
Scorch. Well, he wasn't a clone. He was.
No, he was the.
Well, he was a clone.
Delta Squad.
Yeah, but now
he's his right-hand man and Dr. Hemlock.
Hemlock.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
And Rex has got to show up. So there's a.
Oh, and what about Tech? They're not going to leave that.
Right.
He's got to be alive.
He has to be alive.
Has to be.
Has to.
I know.
Oh my.
I know. Well, he just has to be. How that's going to work out, I don't know. But I'm wondering if they're keeping him. I wonder if he's in one of those tanks.
I don't know, but there was maybe some possible reference that they're starting to get into like the rebellion and how that starts up and everything. And I'm thinking maybe we're going to see these guys turn over and start joining the rebellion and leading toward that. And then, that would be kind of interesting.
Where all these guys start teaming together then.
Right.
And that forms
the rebellion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's very good.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see that.
I could see that happening.
I hope so too.
Yeah, because these guys that the
Emperor Palpatine?
The Imperials here, they're terrible.
Oh,
and the way they treated Crosshair.
Yeah, awful. But we know that about the Imperial.
We do.
It's just, they're just nasty.
Nasty.
I
I know. So, anyhow, And I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, next week. Now, this was a short episode again.
It was.
It was only about 26 minutes or so, and I'm probably thinking that's with the credits and everything.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm sure all these little episodes in here are leading up to how we're going to get to that base. So this is one little part.
Right, because that's where they're headed.
Oh,
I mean, Echo and Rex are working on it. They want to get those
Hemlock's hideout.
Hemlock's hideout.
Right.
Because this is the big thing. We got to get that. What is the experiment called?
Project Necromancer.
There it is. If I can ever remember the word. I know what it is and I can explain it, but I never can remember the word.
That's right.
What's scary is that Omega doesn't even know that she has a high M count and she's in danger. Right. So she doesn't know what kind of danger she's in.
Yeah, she doesn't have a clue.
No, she doesn't. It's like poor little Grogu. It's like they're gonna get her. They're gonna get the blood, and then they were gonna kill him.
Yeah.
So like, what does that mean for Omega?
Well, what do you think? Same reason. Nayla Say knows that.
Nayla Say does know that, and she may be gonna get her head cut off pretty soon.
Nayla
I mean, she's gonna be gone.
You know what I hope? Omega. I hope that we would see Omega. Like in the future here, where her and Boba Fett meet up.
Oh, that would be kind of cool, huh?
I'd love to see that happen.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love.
But what is Omega gonna figure out that if she's got that high metacaloric count? Do you think that she's gonna be force sensitive?
Maybe she becomes a Jedi.
Yeah, maybe she trains with somebody that we know, but we don't know because
Ahsoka maybe.
Well, I don't know.
We don't know.
No, I don't know. But I mean, it might
Ezra?
be.
Could it be Ezra?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, he's not. No, she was before.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
This would be interesting to see if she figures it out and.
Yeah.
Because remember we saw her last season.
Yeah.
With Gunji.
Oh yeah.
And then after that episode, she was trying to meditate and try to,
imitate Gunji.
Yeah. So I'm like wondering if she's going to actually catch on to this stuff and figure it out in some way.
I know. I would absolutely love to see that.
That would be interesting.
I would love to see her actually hook up with
and
meet with Boba Fett.
Yeah. Now, this is just a crazy thought. So just to go with it. So these guys, these Force 99 or the they're all defective because they have something wrong with them. They make them extra special.
Defective but
effective. That's right. I love that. I love that quote. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
But wonder if Omega was defective in the sense that she was given a high metacaloric count.
She's a female.
She is a female. It don't matter.
That was one reason.
Well, that was one reason, but one of the other reason is that she also can do that. She has that high metacaloric count as well.
Maybe to make her force sensitive.
Huh.
I never thought about that.
No, but I thought about it.
That would be really good.
That would be interesting.
That would be like excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's already quite the leader.
She is quite the leader. Oh, I really want to see more of her now after this Bad Batch season 3, but will we?
I don't know. That would be interesting.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. I want to know too. I want to know what you all think. Do you think that she's going to be seen after the Bad Batch, or any of the Bad Batch guys going to be seen? Because I mean, it's almost unheard of that they're around after.
Right.
Well,
because the little brother, remember Crosshair. He says, you're my little brother.
Yeah.
I'm older than you are.
Right.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, I remember, Joy. I remember.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Yes. So, I think we're going to end tonight's live.
I think so, too, because it was a very short episode.
It was a short episode.
And I think I got everything out that I wanted to get out and I thought about in this episode.
Yeah.
But what's going to make it a little bit more interesting is if we get some different ideas going and like the whole idea of actually what makes Omega the part of the Force 99,
right,
and her special capacity, being different,
yeah.
That was kind of interesting. My thought anyhow.
I'd like to That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That would really be cool.
But I did, right before we went on here, not too long, I found a video, YouTube video. And I was watching D. Bradley Baker.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in 5 minutes or so, a little longer, he was doing all of the voices of the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
And they even had Omega on with him. The person that plays Omega, Michelle Unger. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think it's Ang, A-N-G.
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
She was in some of the scenes as well. And somebody asked him, what is your favorite Bad Batch character, the voice right now? And, of course, it was Crosshair.
Yeah, he does have a unique voice.
He does have a unique voice. And right now, he's becoming a favorite because he's like being the good guy.
Yeah.
He's like back in I want to think of the word. He's back in. I can't think of the word.
You can't think of the word.
I can't think of the word I want to say, but he's just back.
He's just back.
He's back.
Actually, what I was going to say about his Crosshair's voice is it's almost kind of sneaky. It's kind of a sneaky kind of voice, like you don't know whether he's good or he's bad.
I think D. Bradley Baker says it's like a snake.
Yeah.
And it's very deliberate. You know, but he talks in a, you know, but it's really cool. And just how he does every single voice of the Bad Batch. And he knows him. He can switch just like that. And he just knows them so well. He knows the characters so well. He knows the voices so well. And you can imagine how much he had to study and practice that before he even put it all together. He's a very talented man.
Thank you.
Yeah. D. Bradley Baker, man.
Thank you, D. Bradley Baker.
He is really good at what he does.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. It was another great episode for the Bad Batch, episode 5.
Yes, it was.
Don't forget, join us next week. We're going to have another live at 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m.
And we're going to probably put out the comparison of Omega.
Yeah, that'll go out next week.
Season 1, Season 2 comparison.
Next week as well, yeah.
Of the Black Series, Bad Batch, Omega.
So we'll put one out every other week of a comparison.
Yeah, and there's 2 in a row toward the end there.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much every other week.
Yeah.
And check out our shorts. We're going to be getting
some shorts.
Every week.
That's right. Yep. And then don't forget to check out our regular posts on Saturday of a new figure review.
Yes.
And we'll be putting up shorts as
for that. And please, if you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all your support, and we love you guys.
Yeah.
And hit the like button, hit our subscribe button, and
turn on your notifications too.
Turn on your notifications.
Yeah.
Appreciate you so much.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you in the next one.
Yes.
I'm Jedi Joy.
I'm Jedi Jill. May the Force be with you.